Jewish International Film Festival takes place every year at this time around the country, and for movie junkies, it is an opportunity to spend many hours watching movies and documentaries featuring a range of Jewish themes. As always, there are the usual advertisements before each movie, often promoting local Jewish businesses and institutions. However, Jewish charitable organisations may also take advantage of the predominantly Jewish audience to promote their causes. Such was the case this year when, of all organisations, an ad popped up for none other than the New Israel Fund. Some NIF people were in it, all sweetness and light, their imagined halos shining, and touting their activism in ensuring that Israel upholds the values espoused in its Declaration of Independence. Take a look at it.
We declare the establishment of a Jewish state.
The State of Israel.
Based on freedom, justice and peace, as envisaged by the prophets of Israel.
It will ensure complete equality of social and political rights.
Irrespective of religion,
race or sex.
It will guarantee freedom of religion, conscience,
language, education and culture.
Now, watching this ad, you might think that the New Israel Fund is a decent sort of organisation that advocates for all the fairness and justice that Jews would feel comfortable with. You might think that, but you would be wrong. Despite its sanctimonious sounding name, the New Israel Fund is a prolific financer of organisations that, to different and varying degrees, participate in the demonisation of Israel, including BDS and lawfare, all under headings such as human rights and democracy, religious freedom, social and economic justice, Palestinian Israelis, and combating racism. The New Israel Fund is a big player on the world stage of NGOs. It raises money from governments, banks and various philanthropic organisations for redistribution to its favourite causes. In 2018 alone, they donated approximately $15 million to a range of charming groups. Just take a look at a few of those that they support. Firstly, Adallah, the Centre for Arab Minority Rights in Israel, but which rejects the legitimacy of Israel as a Jewish state, repeatedly portrays Israel as a racist endeavour, and wants to replace Israel with a democratic binational state of Jews and Arabs. Then there's Breaking the Silence, a shonky group of IDF veterans who make repeated allegations of war crimes and violations of international law against the IDF, but which are all anonymous and totally unverified. B'Tselem, another far-left human rights organisation which, quote, strives to end Israel's occupation of the Palestinian people and its violation of human rights. Then there's Plus 972 magazine, which regularly features hard left writers that accuse Israel of apartheid, ethnic cleansing, racism, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on, and anybody interested can go to the NGO Monitor website to read how the NIF funds organisation after organisation that is hostile to Israel as a Jewish state and which advocate for its replacement with some imagined nirvana of peace and tranquility between Israelis and Arabs. It will come as no surprise that the New Israel Fund reportedly gets a lot of money from that anti-Semite George Soros, who, try as hard as he does to forget his Jewishness, is, was and always will be Jewish. The NIF is active in Australia, with many of our so-called progressive Jews almost becoming apoplectic with excitement over the work that they do, and some of them featured in that ad you just saw. Make no mistake, the New Israel Fund is an insidious organisation that cons people into donating money to advance supposed human rights issues in Israel, but the reality is that when it is nothing other than an organisation that, by openly liaising with Israel's enemies, works towards its abolition as a Jewish state. If you donate to the New Israel Fund, be aware that your money is hurting Israel. If you donate to the New Israel Fund, you are supporting organisations that actively engage to destroy Israel's character, its Jewish character. And if you donate to the New Israel Fund, you also need your head read. This is Alan Freedman for the Australian Jewish Association.